ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुः उन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणरघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनासहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णपृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिनिति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेषा शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभो नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. So all of you can see this service. Welcome to all of you for the SLATE class. We are doing it online for Pune devotees this time. You can see the syllabus where we have been doing the first course. In the first course, we have cultivating right attitudes and carving your success. It's an attitude-oriented course, it is. Huh? It's all about attitude. You remember? You all did the 5 groups we made. In progress. We made 5 groups in the Vella form. You did this one, developing Vaishnava qualities, isn't it? Service attitude, respect, care. In fact, you did 2 more also. Glad upon seeing others' advancement and, so SLC, G, D, depending on Krishna, all that you did. 3rd one you did. First one we did long before. And the 6th one also we have done, exemplary personal sadhana and behavior. So today we are going to do the 2nd one, time management and prioritization. That we are going to do today. So time management is a very, very important subject for devotees, because devotees' time is like a gold. It's like a golden hours, because devotees are very valuable commodities in the entire world. Whole world needs devotees. Also, devotees know that their body, mind, words are meant for Krishna service. So, just like imagine if there is a fire accident happening in some building, and the fire brigade is called. Sometimes 2-3 trucks come with water, and they may bring a total of 10-12 fire brigade men. So all of them have torches, water torches. Look at they put. Once in our Pune temple, in the one of the roof, behind the Govindas, there was one building. There was a fire in the top. When we called the fire brigade, they didn't even come inside the compound. From outside only they stopped the truck. They put a fire torch. And there were a dozen men from all sides. Quickly, within a short time, they put out the fire. So, in the same manner, devotees of the Lord are like fire brigade men who are putting out the fire of material existence by distributing the holy name, by distributing the holy books of Prabhupada, by distributing mercy of prasad in all different things. So, they are the most valuable commodity in the entire creation, because they are exactly like the Lord. They are acting on behalf of the Lord, understanding the mission of the Lord, acting for the pleasure of the Lord, acting on behalf of the Lord. Those are very important people. So why are we speaking on time management? Somebody will think, Prabhu, is it a spiritual subject? Talk on time management. It doesn't look like Bhagavad Gita or Bhagavatam. It looks like something else. But actually, time management is important because if imagine a devotee is wasting time, what could be done in 1 hour if a devotee is doing it in 10 hours? You can teach the devotee how to manage to do it in 1 hour, so that the devotees can know how to scale up their activities, do a lot of activities in a short time, isn't it? That's the whole idea of doing this time management. So uh, there are some shlokas. I'll show you which His Holiness Bhaktivigyan Maharaj in one of the time management seminars quoted this. One of you online can read this, please. So when His Holiness Bhaktivinoda Maharaj began, the very beginning he is talking about self-discipline. You may wonder, oh really? It's a time management seminar or it's a discipline, self-discipline seminar? Huh? Because they both are very strongly interrelated. Hmm. Without self-discipline, we will not be able to do time management. Hmm. Because Krishna says, time I am. Huh? He says, kalos vyaham. That means if you are managing time, you are managing Krishna. Huh? You are managing to keep hold of Krishna. Is it easy to hold Krishna? You can see how Krishna ran away from Yashoda, isn't it? You know, today morning I was preparing PPT. I got such an amazing picture I got. I'll just show you how Krishna is running away from Yashoda. I'll just show you. You can see this picture. It's so sweet now, isn't it? How he's running away, see? Along with the butter pot also. Huh? And Yashoda is laughing and running behind. There's the first verse, isn't it? Yashoda, Namameshwaram Sachidananda Rupa, Tasat Kundalam Gokule Brajamana, Yashoda Biyoluka, Adhavamana. Sorry. So just as Krishna, even this baby Krishna is difficult to catch, isn't it? So time management means possessing Krishna. Krishna says, I am time, he says. So it's not very easy. Only somebody who is self-disciplined can possess Krishna. So that is why the very beginning is talking about self-discipline. Okay. Read further. Adya Guru, read further. Yeah. For example, as soon as there is some free time, what do you do with that time? That shows the quality of your consciousness. Like some people, as soon as they have some free time, they immediately they go to the bed, which is the easiest thing. You just lie down, go to sleep, whether it is daytime or nighttime or anytime, anytime. Free time means go to sleep. That's a tamaguni consciousness, isn't it? Or some people, as soon as there is free time, immediately they take their mobile and start, swiping and watching. Okay, what are the updates? What is a new thing? Huh? What is the new thing coming up? Keep on swiping, watching, watching, watching. That goes to show Rajoguna. The sleeping is Tamaguna, completely absorbing in material surfing, Rajoguna, isn't it? Or some people, as soon as they get some free time, they think, oh, let me go and take darshan. It is 12:30 now. The aarti will be going on. Let me go to the temple, bow down to the Lord, take some darshan. Let us circumambulate. Morning, I could not get proper darshan. I was rushing to the program. So let us go. So where energy flows, where intent goes. That's the saying. Energy flows where? So the intent shows your guna. Huh? The intent shows your swabhava. What swabhava you have, that will be, that nobody need to tell you. You can yourself check it. In which direction your mind is going and the intentions are going. And in that direction, you are going to put your energies. Energy flows where intent goes. So in today's seminar, we are not just going to talk about managing time. We will also go deeply into understanding where is this intent coming from and how we can modify it or uplift it or purify it. Those things also we will see. Because that is going to help us, in modifying our uh, choices in our life and making the right choices and thereby saving time. So therefore, how we spend our time, we should see. Some people somehow are not able to do much, even if there is time also. Huh? Sometimes half a day you did job and the other half a day is free. And they just don't know how the second half of the day went. Huh? At the end of the day, His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Swami Maharaj was telling, when he goes to sleep in the night, so three things he used to do daily. So he used to take a journal and write, uh, to Prabhupada. And Prabhupada, from morning to night, what I did for you. You are my spiritual master. Huh? What did I do for you from morning to night today? How the day went? You will do a review. Huh? Okay, morning I did this. Then after the Bhagavatam, I did this. Then post lunch, I did this. Huh? Evening, I did this. So he will check whether the day has been fruitful. That's one of the things. Huh? Second thing he will do is to express his gratitude to Prabhupada for giving him initiation and then opportunity for seva in this moment. Huh? He will express his gratitude, thankfulness to Srila Prabhupada. Thirdly, he will pray to Prabhupada and Guru and Krishna that whatever could not be done today because I was busy with some useless things. So tomorrow let me do it. In the coming weeks, let me do it well. Please give me the strength to not be dragged by passion and ignorance. So let me keep myself in sattva and then do services in a focused way so my goals will be accomplished. In this way, so writing a letter of gratitude to Prabhupada and praying to Lord and Prabhupada for strength and mercy, and also reviewing the day, how the day went from morning, to night. So these kind of things helped him to look at his diary time to time and see how is my life going. Is it going in a good direction or not? So this kind of review, that's what, by seeing how you spend your time. For example, for 2 weeks, you take a survey. What all you did in 2 weeks? How much reading, hearing, chanting, serving you did. And that gives you a snapshot of your state of consciousness. Where is my, like for example, how many hours I am in touch with this phone or with the internet, and what content I am surfing, watching. How do I spend my day? How much I slept? How much I quarreled or fought with devotees? How much good attitudes I had, bad attitudes I had. All these things one can check. Okay. So, see, there are many scriptural references about time management. One of the verses is a famous one. All of you repeat. Yuktahara viharasya yukta cheshtasya karmasu yukta swapnavabodhasya yogo bhavati dukkha. See, ha means killer. Dukkha means suffering. Killer of the suffering means what? That means the suffering is destroyed. When is all your sufferings destroyed? By yoga. What is the yoga? Yoga comes from the word yuj. Yuj means connect. Connect with whom? Connect with the Supreme Lord. You connect with Krishna, and while making an effort to connect with Krishna, you balance four things in your life. What are they? Ahara, vihara, and then karmasu and swapna. Four things. What are they? Eating, recreation, work, and sleep. Four things if you regulate, then lot of your time will be saved, he's saying. That means those who sleep early and rise early, like 9 to 3, I always say that. So then they have 18 hours to do service. But those who sleep at 11, even if they sleep till 8 in the morning, still they are tired. So therefore one should regulate the sleep. Similarly, eating also. When one has a habit of loosely eating anything and everything, then one gets obesity, and obese body means more laziness and lethargy and heavy body. You cannot jump up and down in kirtan, and you cannot swiftly do anything. Your body, you have to drag the body with you. So therefore one should be very moderate in eating means two senses, tongue and the belly. Belly tends to overeat, tongue tends to opulent eat. One is doing eating opulent, and the stomach eats more. Stomach is with respect to more quantity, and tongue wants more and more finer quality, isn't it? So the more you put fine quality foods in the tongue will become like a serpent. I want more and more. Give me more, give me more. Give me more gulab jamun. His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj was there in Attapur today morning. We were there. So Maharaj was telling a very humorous thing. He said when they became brahmacharis, they all were sent to London. Huh? In London, there was one house where, according to government, only 10 people can stay. Hmm? But at that time, there was a Bhaktivedanta manor huh, being constructed. It was not ready. So Maharaj said, in that house, there are 80 fellows were living. ISKCON temple. Uh, one bathroom, all people queuing up and taking bath and everything. So he was telling that the prasad couldn't be cooked for so many people. So there was Mahaprasad also. So almost every single day, devotees were eating Mahaprasad. There was Rasagulla, there was, Malpua, and, Puran Poli, Puri, apple and fried sabji, and all these things. Every day Mahaprasad. So he was, Maharaj was asking, how do you feel? Haribol, everybody said, wonderful. And everybody said Haribol, but after 2 weeks, they had severe problem in the belly. Huh? And then he was telling, everybody realized what it means to be God. Huh? To eat that prasad. Only God can eat such things. Huh? We can only take one Mahaprasad we can take. Huh? He said, if you eat too much, and then after that, Maharaj said, after 2 weeks, devotees said, Prabhu, ban this Mahaprasad, give us only simple khichdi daily, so that we can at least have some function in the day. Otherwise, we collapse, they were saying. So Maharaj was telling about how the eating habit, if you don't moderate it, simpler you are eating, healthier you will be. And so eating habits, sleeping habit, and also working habit. Work culture means what? Plan and then execute and interact with others. Then again, you make a plan and execute and interact. This is a very healthy type of life. 5 minutes you plan, 1 hour you work, 5 minutes you relax, and while relaxing, you meet other people. Stretch your hands, legs, take off from the work a little bit, and then again, 5 minutes you plan, 1 hour you work, 5 minutes you relax. This type of life is very good. You can even work 10 hours without getting tired, like this. On the other hand, if you become a workaholic, you bury your face in the keyboard or the screen or the computer. Continuous look after 3 hours, you collapse like this. And then you have to take 1 hour rest. After 3 hours, you will see that. So, work culture actually means there are many, many bad work culture that has come nowadays. People, there is one devotee, I don't want to mention the name. Um, he was earlier in Pune, now he's working in another place. His job is, 9 to 9, night PM, 9 p.m. the night to morning, 9 a.m., 12 hours. He has to work. Every day he works like that. Such a horrible job. His eyes are like bloodshot, like tomatoes. He has to work whole night. He has to be awake. That means when sun is sleeping, he has to be awake. When sun is awake, he has to sleep. It's very, very bad work culture. That type of work culture. And also not cooking food at home and eating junk food in the hotel. Nowadays, people get cancer and all very easily because the quality of food is very bad. A lot of diseases. The carbon monoxide emissions, air pollution, water pollution, noise pollution, and everything pollution. So therefore, the and also fighting the traffic, and lot of the unrealistic deadlines are taken by the companies, and you have to finish big chunk of work in a very short time. That causes stress in the minds. One lady died, that it came in the media, very famous, because her boss was giving her too much workload. She couldn't take it. She died also. That became a big news. Of course, I don't know how many more people are dying, but this news came out in a big way that she got excess, overstressed. No? So hyperactive. She became very hyperactive by that. So too much work causes hyperactivity, and also late night culture ruins the biological clock. It spoils the good health. Mm. And also moderate work is good, not too much work. 8 hours work is good. But somebody is working 14 hours, his body also pains, bones are paining, head is aching, and you get a pain on the spine, pain in the neck, ulcers in the mouth, and indigestion in the belly. These are all symptoms of stress, which come from excessive workload. So modern day is characterized by such type of life. So that's why your eating habit, uh, tasty food should be eaten, but little Mahaprasad. Somebody gives you somebody, little bit, one bit you can take, and then distribute it. His Holiness Radhagovind Maharaj, I will play a small part of it for you. You can see what he says.
इंद्रियों को
Able to
दुख
hear?
करने वाले विषयों का अति सेवन न करें। जैसे प्राण वायु केवल आहार मात्र से संतुष्ट हो जाती है, तो इस तरह संतोष सीखना चाहिए, संतुष्ट होना चाहिए। भोजन मिल गया बस ठीक। अच्छा, भोजन में आहार का मतलब यह नहीं खूब चाट चाट कर खाए, नहीं तो उस समय भी ज्ञान नष्ट हो जाएगा। अब शरीर सोना चाहेगा,
Volume is low, huh?
लेटना चाहे, आहार मात्र से संतुष्ट हो।
Volume is low?
तो इस तरह संतोष सीखना चाहिए, संतुष्ट होना चाहिए। भोजन मिल गया बस ठीक। अच्छा, भोजन में आहार का मतलब यह नहीं खूब चाट चाट कर खाए, नहीं तो उस समय भी ज्ञान नष्ट हो जाएगा। अब शरीर सोना चाहेगा, लेटना चाहेगा, ज्ञान नहीं रहेगा। खाया तो इसलिए जाता है कि भाई शरीर में शिथिलता हो गई है, थोड़ा खा ले, ताजा हो जाए। यह नहीं कि खा करके पलट जाए। क्या कभी ऐसा होता है किसी बस में, कार में तेल डालिए और कुछ काल के लिए बिल्कुल चुप हो जाए, चालू ही ना हो? आप जरा सोचिए। ड्राइवर ले जाता है बस चलाते हुए, किसी पेट्रोल पंप पर गया, भर लिया, तो भरने के बाद क्या बस में आलस्य आ जाता है? बल्कि वह और ठीक गति से चलने लगती है बस। तो भोजन उतना ही करना चाहिए जिससे कि शरीर भारी न हो जाए, ठीक से चले। प्राय साधुओं में देखा जाता है कि वो खाने के बाद बहुत आराम करते हैं, जबकि लोक में दूसरे लोग आराम नहीं करते हैं। लड़के खाने के बाद स्कूल जाते हैं, मिलिट्री के जवान खाने के बाद भी एक्टिव रहते हैं, काम में लगे रहते हैं। यहाँ तक कि ड्राइवर आदि सब खाने के बाद काम करते हैं। साधु लोग खाने के बाद अब उनको विश्राम चाहिए। यह क्यों होता है जानते हैं? इसका कारण है साधु अधिक खाते हैं, यही कारण है, और कोई कारण नहीं है, और कोई ट्रेनिंग नहीं है। और जानते हैं, खाना सोना नहाना बस यही काम है। ये नहीं सोचते हैं कि हम खा लिए तो इसके बाद माला उठाए और अधिक से अधिक जप कर रहे हैं या भागवत पढ़ रहे हैं। हमने देखा है साधुओं, खास करके राजघाट बनारस में या अयोध्या में, खाने के बाद उनका कोई काम नहीं। खाने के बाद वही 3-4 बजे उठेंगे तो डोल डाल काम रह जाता है, बाकी और कोई काम नहीं रहा। तो अधिक नहीं खाना चाहिए। अधिक खाने पर ज्ञान नष्ट होगा, मन और वाणी भी विकीर्ण होंगे। हाँ, तो एक टाइम खाते हैं, लेकिन दोनों टाइम से मिलाकर ज्यादा खा लेते हैं। नहीं, देखा गया है। और सवेरे भी खाते हैं, बाल भोग कहते हैं उसको, नाश्ता को बाल भोग कहते हैं। और इसके बाद राज भोग जब आता है तो सारा ज्ञान नष्ट हो जाता है। तो अपने ज्ञान को स्थिर रखने की जिम्मेदारी हम पर है, और ज्ञान संभव रहता है, ज्ञान निर्भर करता है हमारे आहार पर। हम इंद्रियों से क्या चीज देख रहे हैं, जिस आंख से क्या देख रहे हैं, सुन रहे हैं, वाणी से बोल रहे हैं, स्पर्श कर रहे हैं। वास्तव में ज्ञान का जो स्विच है वो है इंद्रियां। अगर हम अधिक स्पर्श सुख लेने लगे तो ज्ञान नष्ट हो गया। अधिक बातें करने लगे, अधिक अधिक सुनने लगे, विविध प्रकार की वार्ता देखने लगे तो ज्ञान नहीं रहेगा। यह ज्ञान का अर्थ है कृष्ण भावना, तो नहीं टिकती है। और यहाँ तक कि वाणी और मन भी विकीर्ण हो जाते हैं। भगवान को छोड़ करके इधर उधर अन्य विषयों के वर्णन में लग जाती है वाणी, और मन भी चिंतन करता रहता है। इसके कारण यह है कि मान लीजिए आप बहुत स्वादिष्ट पदार्थ बहुत अधिक खा रहे हैं, तो एक तो उसका दोष यह है कि शरीर में वीर्य बहुत बनता है, और यदि नियमों में नहीं रहे, सतर्क नहीं रहे, तो वह अधोगामी होगा। तो अधोगामी होने में वह चिंतन करेगा ऐसे ऐसे विषयों का, स्त्री का चिंतन करेगा और तरह से, और बाहर जाना चाहेगा। इसीलिए इतना ही शुक्र उत्पन्न करना चाहिए जिसको हम शरीर में रख सके, ऊर्ध्वरेता बन सके। इसलिए बारंबार कहा जाता है अति स्वादिष्ट पदार्थ मत खाइए। यदि अति स्वादिष्ट पदार्थ मिल जाए तो उसे भी जोगी खाते हैं, लेकिन बिल्कुल थोड़ा, बाकी बांट देते हैं। आपने देखा होगा कि मिठाई बांटी जाती है। मिठाई कभी भी अकेले में किसी साधु को नहीं खाना चाहिए, बांट देना चाहिए। नहीं तो जहर खा रहा है, उसको पता नहीं लग रहा है, लेकिन अनजान में वो जहर खा रहा है। ज्ञान नष्ट होगा, मन वाणी विकीर्ण होंगे। जो कुछ भी है वास्तव में हमारे जो कॉन्शियसनेस है, हमारी जो चेतना है, वो इंद्रियों के अनुसार चल रही है। तो इसीलिए युक्त आहार करना चाहिए, और युक्त शब्द सुनना चाहिए, युक्त इंद्रिय ग्राम, और युक्त चित्त। तो जैसे वायु संतोष करता है, उसी तरह से हमें संतोष करना चाहिए, देह निर्वाह करना है। रसा शक्ति विहाय औषधिवत भुंजता देह निर्वाह कर्तव्य इति भाव। जैसे हम दवा खाते हैं, और वो भी तिक्त दवा, तीता दवा, तो उसी तरह से भोजन भी औषधि की तरह करना चाहिए। जैसे हम लोग दवा खाते हैं तो दवा कोई भोगते नहीं है, सुख का अनुभव नहीं करते। टैबलेट खाने को दिया जाए, कुछ पीने के लिए दिया जाए, मलेरिया आदि में दवा दिया जाता है। तो जैसे हम उस औषधि को लेते हैं शरीर निर्वाह के लिए, शरीर चलाने के लिए, उसी तरह भोजन भी दवा समझ करके लेना चाहिए कि शरीर चलाना है, न कि आनंद लेकर के खूब खाए। दवा खाने में कोई आनंद का अनुभव करता है? नहीं। भोजन भी भार लगना चाहिए खाने में, अब क्या करे, खाना पड़ रहा है, इस तरह से सोचना चाहिए। लेकिन क्या करेंगे, नहीं खाएंगे तो देह नहीं चलेगा, इसलिए चलो क्या करें, खा ले। ये अवस्था जब साधक की हो जाए तब समझना चाहिए कुछ सिद्धि मिली है। भोजन करना भी भार लगने लगे। कोई खाने के लिए बुलाया तो उसके मन में अरे अब जॉब छोड़ करके खाना पड़ेगा।
Powerful, huh? That's the 6 minutes, very effective. So that's eating. So yukta ahara, yeah. And then vihara. Vihara actually is the recreation. What is recreation for a devotee? Devotee can try to go close to nature, like stand in the sunlight, or take fresh air if possible, wherever you get. Walk a little bit. You can go to terrace and walk, chant some 2-3 extra rounds. If you brisk walk, you all know, right? Brisk walk. Brisk walk is very good. After prasad, you have to walk according to Vedas. 100 steps you have to walk after finishing heavy prasad. 100 steps if you walk, then digestion is easy. So, not that you take prasad and sit down in one place only. You should walk. So, walking, taking sunlight, taking fresh air, doing some exercise, some yogasanas or pranayam, so swimming, going close to nature, either a mountain or a water body or forest area. So even, even non-devotees also do such things. We can see that because going close to the lap of nature gives them some relief from the stress, correct, no? So that is vihar. For a devotee can. Of course, Prabhupada said, for devotees, vihar means going out on Harinam Sankirtan. Prabhupada says, because all the time you are serving in the temple, so for a change you go out, dance in the streets and give holy name and come back. So in this way, yukta ahara, vihara, yukta cheshtasya karmasa. So cheshta is the endeavor. You make some endeavor for yukta cheshta, it should be. It should not be over cheshta. Over endeavor should not be there. And yukta swapna avabodhasya. So one should also sleep sufficiently. One should sleep at least 6 hours. If one sleep is disturbed because of fear and dreams, or because of some anxieties, or because of some revengeful thoughts, because of insecurity, because of feeling some incompetence in something, because of some criticisms of others, what others are talking about me. So these are all some of the things that cause lack of sleep for an individual. So devotee should sleep like a baby, it is said. You just lie in the bed, but immediately go to sleep. You should think that actually, because ultimately, who is the controller? He will take care of everything. Let me sleep peacefully. Why should I take tension? I am his devotee and he will take care of everything. Let me just leave everything to Krishna and then go to sleep peacefully. Not take unnecessary anxiety. Useless. There was one village where there was an old lady living, and in that village there was a big sports stadium arranged, and lots of people came. So this lady became very worried. So she called some of the panchayat and other officials and said, I am facing too much tension. She said, why? How are you going to organize this big program? So many lakhs of people are going to come to our village. And actually, she was not expected to do anything. Unnecessarily, she was taking anxiety. There was everything organized already well. She was just a witness to that, watching. But she was taking anxiety because she thought, I belong to this village. I am taking something. So sometimes we take, anxiety for things which we are not responsible for. And it's called as purchasing responsibility. Correct, no? Yeah. So don't take anxiety, sleep peacefully, eat moderately, recreation, do according to Veda's prescription. Modern day recreations are all horrible. The horror movies and ghost movies and watching all kinds of things in media. The social media is the greatest entertainment nowadays. So which is a great number one distractor of everybody, including devotees also. Many times devotees get lost also. So therefore, ahara, vihara, karma, and swapna, sleep. These four, if you're regulated in these four things, that means you eat to keep a healthy body, you sleep to be fresh all day, you take recreation to relieve the stress and tension in the body and mind, and you do work moderately, then you will see dukkha. All your miseries will be gone, it says. See, here is another verse about Arjuna confused about his duty and surrendering to Krishna. So in this way, devotee can get answers to all questions of life by surrendering to Lord. That's the point. And this verse is famous one. Yash shastramidam utsraja vartate kamakaratah na sa siddhim avapnoti na sukham na param gatim. One is breaking the scriptural rules and regulations due to whimsical mindset of enjoying life independently, like which means tamaguna rajaguna enjoyments. Then nasa siddhim avapnoti. He will not get siddhi where in this world and in the next world also. Neither can his material life be happy, nor his spiritual life can be happy. Both ways he will suffer. He says, na sukham na param gatim. He's saying. So therefore such verses are very important. Which means materially also, if you want to be happy, one has to follow scriptures. What is big of spiritual happiness? Because many boys, girls, they don't know that we are a combination of body, mind, soul. Correct, no? They don't know to keep healthy body also. Correct, no? Yeah. And what is big of healthy mind, healthy soul? The body causes diseases and mind causes depression. and the soul feels lonely when it is turned away from Krishna. So, in order to cleanse all these things, one needs guidance, Shastra Vidhi. Yeah. Tasmat Shastram Pramanam Te Karya Karya Vyavastitau Jnatva Shastra Vidhanoktam Karma Kartumiharhasi. Is read the translation? Yeah. One should know what is our duty, what is not, what should be done, how to regulate life. One should know. So here is one link given. Only I was not able to open this. Let us see whether it's opening. No, it's opening. See, you can see this, all of you. So here there is a proper conversation. So while saying this, Prabhupada talks about Prahlad Maharaj talking about the time management, isn't it? So this will take time to read, but the Prabhupada talks about the whole idea is he talks about the time. Prahlad talks about 100 years span, correct? No? Take 100 years lifespan. In the first 10 years goes in bewilderment. Next 10 years goes in, you know, what do you call it? Titillations and thrills, teenage thrills. Watching movie, going for games, challenges and romance and many, many various type of activities. Then the last 20 years goes in old age, disease, sufferings, bedridden, passing stool, urine in the bed. So first 20, last 20 years are gone. How many years left? 60 years. In that 60 years also, a person who is a sense gratifier sleeps 12 hours a day, he says. So how many years are gone? 30, only 30 years. And the balanced time also, a person works 10, 12 hours sometimes. Then what will be remaining, if you see? So just 5 to 10 years may be remaining in a person's 100-year span. And nowadays people don't even live 100 years. They live just 60, 70 years. So Prahlad said, my dear friends, I'm not telling you to give all your life. Anyway, most of your life goes in various things. At least give that short time available, give for God. So this is Prahlad's time management. Prahlad is convincing his friends to give some time for Krishna. Every day at least give a few minutes for Krishna, like that is speaking. So, okay, now let us go to the PowerPoint. Okay, time management basics. See the Bhaktivinoda Thakur's schedule. Abhyartha Kalatvam. Yeah? He's very expert in spending time. What he does, say 8 to 10 p.m. in the night, he takes rest for 2 hours. And 10 to 4 a.m. he is writing. And then again 4 to 4:30 rest. See, he must be sleeping like a yogi. Because if he just sleeps 4 to 4:30, that 20 or 30 minutes sleep is equal to 6 hours of sleep. If you can do Shavasana very effectively. You can ask the yoga teachers will tell you. And that is why he doesn't need so much sleep. Can you imagine night 10 to 4? You may say, Prabhuji, you are telling us to sleep at 10. He's waking up at 10. But also 8 to 10 sleep is very powerful because 8 to 10 he is doing all the pitta, secretion, everything in the body. That is supposed to be starting like 9, 9:30. It starts like that, and it goes till 3, 3:30. But for great souls, their bodies are kept very clean and pure and simple, eating and everything, isn't it? So therefore, he is just taking 2 hours of rest at night and half an hour rest in the morning. Then he's chanting japa, correspondence, studying shastras, bathing, prasadam, milk and everything, 2 chapatis, all fixed. Then 10 to 1 core duties. How many hours? 3 hours. And then refresh at home. He comes home 1 to 2 p.m. And then again core duties 2 to 5. That means how many hours is working in a day? 6 hours he works. And then 5 to 7 p.m. translation starts. Shastras. He's translating the Shastras. And then again 7 to 8 p.m. he's taking one bath and prasadam, milk, rice, and 2 chapatis again. See, milk, rice. Morning is milk, fruit, and 2 chapatis. In the night there is milk, rice, and 2 chapatis. That's all. And then 8 p.m. he goes to rest. That's 2 hours. So how many hours is sleeping? If you see, 8 to 10, and then 4 to 4:30. Yeah. There's one more half an hour which is not given here. Uh, Totally he sleeps 3 hours. Yeah, here it's 2.5, and then half an hour probably in the lunch time, I think, and the 1 to 2, I think. Somewhere. Huh? Refresh at home. Yeah, correct. In that, there's a small afternoon nap. He takes one small nap, just like mostly not more than 3 hours. Huh? It's such an efficient personality. So this is mind-boggling for us. So Prabhupada also would sleep very less. Many days he came from programs at 9:30, 10. He would go to sleep at 10:30, but 12:30 he'll be up. Huh? And he'll get it to his translation. At whatever time he sleeps, he will be up at 12:30 because he knew that if I don't translate, the books won't be reading. And some days, if he was very tired, he would take oil bath, and 1:30 he takes his lunch. Then after the post lunch, about half an hour, he would take some stretching the body, taking some light rest, and then he would get up to go to programs and everything. So why I'm showing this? Just to take inspiration from great souls, correct? Na? Seeing how they live their life. See, here is a way how we can plan our time. Think to focus your thoughts on your goals. But before that, you have to write your goals clearly. What are you living for? What do you want to achieve in life? What do you think is important for you? Write down this. Think to focus your thoughts on your goals. That's the very first thing, which is not only one thought, it can be many. For example, you can have some goals for your body, goals for your spiritual life, isn't it? Goals for your service area. So they can be broadly categorized as four. I generally do four things: personal, and then people, and then preaching and projects. 4 P's. You can repeat: personal, people, preaching, and projects. So these are the four broad headings that all of us are doing in our life. Personal is about my eating, my sleeping, my shastric study, my morning sadhana, my swadhyaya, correct? No? All this, my satsanga, sadhusanga I'm taking, my hearing, reading, everything about myself. That's personal, correct? No? Both material body as well as spirit soul, both. So for body score, soul score. That's all personal. And people, when you say, there are people above you who are your seniors, whose association you should take. There are people who are equal to you, whose friendship you should cherish. And there are people below you, who are very important for you in your life because they are leaders, they are seniors, they need attention, they need your personal tutelage, attention and guidance. So you have to mark their names, put down, make a list, and then take care of them. Because if you take care of them, then in turn, they will take care of many other people also, in turn. You don't have to worry. Like one person will take care of tens and hundreds of people. So they are all people. People actually, it's not just people, they're leaders. Many people. Like for example, one Tarun Mohan Prabhu, say he comes to Madhapur Yoga. He has many mentors with him, and then mentors in turn take care of many other boys also. So if you take care of a few leaders, then they can take care of others. So Prabhupada gave an example. In the Vedic times, Gurukulas, a guru would have 100 disciples, but he would take care of 10. And those 10 will take care of 10 each, like that. And that's how he took care of many disciples. Like we hear, Durvasa Muni had how many thousand disciples? And 10,000 disciples. How can you take care of 10,000 disciples? You can't give personalized attention. It's like a tree diagram. You take care of you. Even still, Prabhupada, if you see, between 1965 to 1977, there were only a few fellows who will be all the time around Prabhupada. Some names you can say: Tamaksha Maharaj, Lokanasva Maharaj, Rameshwar Maharaj, huh? Saradam Goswami Maharaj, Shrutakirti Prabhu, Kidaran Swami Prabhu, Harishwar Prabhu, Shyam Sundar Prabhu, yeah. So like this, you can count 10, 20, 30, maximum 50, correct, no, people. And then with these people, Prabhupada was in regular touch. When you go to America, he arranged a president's meeting in America. 45 presidents, everybody came together. In India also, he would arrange a president's meeting or sannyasis meeting. So he would call the leaders and meet them and tell them instructions, guidance. He also called all of them to Mayapur for GBC meetings. Then he called them to Vrindavan for Yatra also, where NOD he spoke, Nectar of Devotion. So he's speaking to them spiritual subject, he's speaking to them managerial subject, managerial subject and organizational subject for expanding the organization, and spiritual subject for giving them the substance to make them solid devotees, spiritually rooted for that. And with these people, Prabhupada expected that, then they in turn will take care of the rest of the ISKCON society people. That was his plan. So I follow the same policy because I saw my spiritual master also doing the same thing. My spiritual master gives a lot of time for the counselors, counselors, seniors, leaders. He gives time, and then in turn they are taking care of their people very nicely. And for all the people also he gives time in yatra time. Correct? No, in yatra when we go to yatra for mass of people he gives time. So there are programs for the mass, there are programs for the class, like that. So in this way, so first is personal, second is people, the third is preaching. So then one should think about expanding the preaching. There are various ways to expand preaching: book distribution, Harinam Sankirtan, Rathayatra, and also one-time programs, Discover Yourself programs. Like that, we do many programs. Yoga, preaching. We have to see what all preaching programs I have. How many preaching programs am I doing? Some programs will be one time, you hit and come back. The other programs where you start and set it rolling. One should write down all the different preaching I'm doing. And then the fourth one is projects. So what all projects? Projects also include services. Like for example, somebody may be, if there are Matajis, they may be doing garland, or they may be, doing dressing of the deity, or they may be distributing books. Similarly, Prabhujis, they do certain services also, preaching, or mentoring, or book distribution, Sankirtan. So projects includes all these things, services basically. So you write these four broad headings, and for each of this you have to think to focus your thought on your goals. So one can think and find out in each of these areas how I can plan, what all I want to achieve. Many times we have a hazy picture of our goals, and we keep doing daydreaming. If we daydream, we won't be able to achieve anything. Daydreaming, is just a dreaming. But goal setting means dreaming with a deadline. Dreaming with a deadline means you have a goal in mind. Like our Brajavi Hari Prabhu, he was telling Prem Kendra was inviting him to Pune for Param Puja Raghunath Swami's Vyas Puja Day. So he said, Prabhu, 2 months I am not coming out. I am hiding in the ashram in one room. Nobody knows where I am. He's going to write some 2 books. He currently is working on some writing books. So 2 months, except the morning program, I am going to full day devote for this. So there are people like that. Once they fix the goal, they are like, hell-bent on completing the goal. Until you achieve the goal, you don't turn this way, that way. That kind of, so that kind of goes, without that, your thinking just goes into daydreaming mode. Correct? Huh? How many of you made many thoughts and plans which are not yet executed? Correct? No? We all have experience. That's why after thinking about your goal, then second is plan. Detailed proposal for implementing and achieving your goal. That means these are like the this thing, what do you call it? Steps. Just like coming to upstairs, I climbed through the steps. So the plan is actually the steps that will lead you to the goal. Yes, Krishna Rupa Mataji, go ahead. Yeah. In this project. Yeah. Then utilize the compassion. Utilize the underutilized compassion. What is it? Underutilized capacity. Okay. Underutilized capacity. Okay. How to combat that? Yeah, actually, that is the reason. That's the reason we are writing down. You see, how do you know your capacity? There are 3 stages in that: comfort zone, stretch zone, panic zone. Comfort zone means underutilized capacity, underutilized potential. A stretch zone means slightly above your potential, which means you need to stretch. Just like in weightlifters, add little weights. That is stretch zone. Panic zone means much beyond your capacity, you are going to collapse and become demoralized, demotivated, and you will say this is impossible. So therefore, one should go for the stretch zone for each of the areas: personal, people, projects, and so what is the other one I said? Personal, people, preaching, and projects. In each of this, we should keep ourselves a little more than our capacity. Then life would be thrilling, because when you keep little more than your capacity, there is some challenge, and then when you accomplish the challenge, you feel thrill. Correct, no? If you are going to do below your capacity, life would be boring. If you're going to do above your capacity, life would be panicky. Is it clear? Yeah. Yes, sir. Okay, and then so after you write down the goals, then a detailed proposal for implementing and achieving each of the goals. That is planning. And then execute means put your strategic plan into action. That means get into action mode now. First, you think means idea generation. Planning means blueprint. Mm. Execute means getting into roll up your sleeves and get into action. Correct, no? So this is the way anything you want to achieve in life, you do. And in all the areas of life, you can also make short-term goals and long-term goals also you can make. What I'll do today, what I'll do this week, what I'll do this month, next month, like that. You see, here you see, first, that initiate means you're thinking, and then you're planning, and then you're executing. Correct? After that, there's one more thing given there. See, monitor and control. This is what most of us don't do. We think, we plan, and while executing, we half finish things and leave it. I have a lot of experience. So many. Once I made a list of 100 pocketbook titles, and I even published it in my pocketbook behind and said, "This 100 books are coming out." They all are asking still, when is the book coming out? Now 10 years have passed. You said these books are coming out. When are you planning to bring out this in this lifetime or another lifetime? So many times we start somewhere, and most of my pocketbooks are half finished. Because so much time goes in traveling, and so we initiate, we plan, while executing, we half finish and leave it. We don't complete it. So, therefore, there's one more point given there: monitor and control. Then, while monitoring and controlling, you understand, oh, this is why I am not able to accomplish my goal. These things are taking away my time. Then modify your way of working. And again, you plan, a modified plan you make. That means these things I am going to cut. One example I'll tell you. Students, when they come back from the college at 5, simply they hang around, ha ha, he, who, talking, chatting, and then eat prasad and everything. Then 8:30, they sit, go to the study room and start their studies. And they want to study till 11:30 because they want at least 2-3 hours of study. So many a times, this is what most voices people were doing before. And morning getting up becomes, and boys are saying, "Prabhuji, I'll sleep at 11 and get up at 4. Is it good? Not good. They spoil their health also." So then I told them, as soon as you come in the evening, otherwise don't come only, I told them. Don't come to the center in the evening, 5 o'clock. Stay in the college, library. So some of the boys tried that. They directly go to library. They don't come back. They directly come at 7. So like 4:30 to like 7, 2.5 hours, they study in the library, come at 7, wash hands, legs, take prasad, and then talk to friends for some time. Then between like 8:30 to 9:30 or so, they study again. That means there they got 2 hours, here they got 1 hour totally. So it's very effective. Otherwise, when you come to the center at 5, you just think, oh, I have too much time now. So when there's too much time, we tend to squander the time. Where's the time, correct? No? That's why plan, execute, monitor, and control, and plan again. And then eventually you will complete the goal. You will attain the goal. That's the way. See, here this 4-quadrant thing is very important. Urgent, not urgent. Important, not important. 4 things are given here. So the first quadrant is called urgent important, which you have to do now. You have no time in hand. You have to do right now. It's like that. Say, for example, you got sick. You're feeling, severe pain in the hand or leg or head or something. That means it's an important one. You have to immediately go to doctor. It's serious matter, correct now? Yeah. Or you're seeing some symptoms of malaria, you have to immediately go to doctor. That's quadrant 1. Similarly, gas cylinder got over is in which quadrant? Quadrant 1. Yeah, quadrant 1. Urgent and important. Otherwise, how will the cook? You can't cook the prasad. Correct, no? Yeah. Like night, you came back from the company at 10 o'clock. Huh? And then now you are taking prasad. Then suddenly you realize for tomorrow morning there is no dhoti kurta. Huh? Now I have to wash and squeeze it and put it under a fan. Correct, no? Now it is which quadrant? Yeah, quadrant one. If you don't wash now, you can't wear any dhoti kurta tomorrow, next day. Correct, no? Last minute. Actually, daytime there was some time with you, you could have washed. Correct, no? But generally we talk here, there, and night time you're washing. And in the morning, if you see some boys come wearing wet kurta, you know, it's not good for the health also, wearing wet kurta, wet dhoti, correct? No? So that because they didn't properly do the service on time, correct? No? Urgent. So urgent and important means things which are immediately to be done. Do. You have no option at all. You have to do it. For example, a boy, now he lost his job now. Hmm. At the same time, he has many other things to do. So he can do those many other things and then apply for new jobs after 2 weeks. Or he can apply for the job now and then do the other things, which is better. Yeah, if he applies for the job, in those 2 weeks he can be doing other things and interviews will come. Correct, no? Otherwise, if he waits this 2 weeks now, he doesn't apply. Then after applying, it will take 2 more weeks when he will have nothing to do. Correct, no? So therefore, one should know what is priority. Which one should be done first and which one should be done later. So there is something called queuing theory in program evaluation review technique, PERT and CPM we call it. We study in critical path method, CPM. So these things talk about which one should come first, which one should come next, which can be done parallelly also. So therefore one should be a little intelligent in knowing which one should be done earlier and which one can be done later, what is more important, what less important. This is not only in material decision making. We are all spiritualists. So therefore, sometimes you may have to put spiritual life as a more higher priority than material activities. Because if you are all the time going to be oriented towards material success, then spiritual life is starving. You understand? So therefore, one should know, like for example, morning program, chanting, morning program, and reading proper books, hearing, these things cannot be compromised. So one has to, along with that, one has to fulfill one's material duties. Most people who say their duties are suffering are daydreamers. They tend to overthink. Overthinking people waste a lot of time. They're brooding over the past. So the second quadrant, you see, not urgent, but important. Out of the 4 quadrants, this is the most important quadrant. Second one, because it gives you some time to plan. Yeah. See, for example, in December, I'm going to do an IITN's program I do every Sunday. So yesterday, I sent the topics to one devotee to make a poster. So what is the date yesterday? 22nd. Now the program is going to be launched in the first week of December. So there is some time. So I'm in quadrant 1 or 2. Now you understood. And the devotee said, thank you, Prabhuji, 1 week before you are given. Now we have sufficient time to. Now you said you'll make 3, 4 posters and you will send me. Then I have a choice to choose a good poster, correct, no? 1 out of the 4 I will choose. And I'll take some modifications also. He will make it. Then he has sufficient time to send it out to people. And people who receive the poster, they also have time to think, whether I'll be able to join or not. All that. Imagine, for example, on 31st November, I send out a message and say, Prabhu, I want a poster. When? By tomorrow. Then which quadrant? It comes to quadrant 1. And then when you send it out to the boys see that there's a new course coming, 4-part course in December, 4 Sundays. And when is it? Tomorrow. So they also don't have sufficient time to plan. Then the number of boys coming for the program will be more or less. It will be less. And the poster quality will be good or bad. Because there is no choice for me. Yeah, if you're telling, Prabhu, show me 4 posters, you say, where is the time for 4 posters? Whatever is done, go ahead with that. So the quality of poster is bad, number of people attending is bad. So it went to quadrant 1. That's the problem. That means operating in which quadrant is more intelligent? Yes. That means we have to think ahead in life. In everything we do. That is quadrant 2. Always. The more you are intelligent in thinking ahead, that is quadrant 2. You plan ahead in everything you do. I'm telling you this example practically I told you now. But in the same manner, you can think in personal. Say, for example, you have a tooth paining. So you are thinking, I have no time to go to dentist. I'll go next week. Now one more tooth is paining. Next one also. Isn't it? Huh? Second one also starts paining. Huh? That means what? This virus is spreading to next one. The more you delay, so is it in quadrant 2 or 1? 1. Now already started paining. You have to go and extract the tooth. You have to go to doctor. Correct, no? So therefore one should act as quickly as possible. Planning should be done. Like there was one man, actually his workload was very heavy. So he thought that I will retire early. What do you call that? VRS, voluntary retirement from service. But he had done close to retirement. He will get good amount of money by that also. But if he continues to work for 3 more years, then he will get little more amount. Correct? A few more lakhs he will get. So he was a little greedy. I will just do that much work and then I will retire. But then he got a severe spine pain, back pain, neck pain, knee pain and everything because of too much of workload and everything. Now he has to spend to doctor 8 to 10 lakhs. So much of money that he is traveling. And that 3 lakh is going to come for him now, next 3 years. Now the doctor said you stop working now. Your workload is very heavy. Now that 3 lakh also is gone and he spent 10 lakhs. So is it smartness or not? No smartness. That means, he didn't plan in quadrant 2. He stretched himself. Yeah. So quadrant 2 means you have time. You can sit and think. And you can plan. For example, relationship building with devotees or friends. And also organizing, planning, thinking ahead of time. All this comes in quadrant 2. Taking care of your health. Uh, Planning to sleep early and rise early. All this is in quadrant 2. Quadrant 2 is the smartest thing. It is not urgent, but it is important one. Nevertheless, it's very important. But if you don't pay attention to this important goal, it is eventually going to shift to quadrant 1. It will come to quadrant 1 later on, and that time it will be crisis for you. Yeah. Like somebody has told you that, Prabhu, on December 20th, there's a very important program. I want to invite you. I would immediately go to the calendar and check it. And 20th, yes or no, I will tell them. And they will say, Prabhuji, right now you don't have to say, Prabhuji, you can tell me later. And people say like that. I am just marking your name. I will just put a word to them that you are likely to come. They say like that. And then when I am very busy on December 1st or 2nd, sometimes they make a phone and say, Prabhuji, that 28th December program. I said, yeah, told me. Thank you, Prabhuji. And they keep it down. That means they assumed I am coming. But on 20th morning, they'll catch me. Prabhuji, 2,000 people are coming. Thank you for accepting this invitation. I said, my Lord, I have another big program. Because it was not, you didn't say yes or no. Sometimes we are thinking. Why are we thinking? I'll tell you, we are greedy. Just like Vasishta. He wanted to do Nimitz Yajna also. And he also wanted to go to heaven and take part in one more also. That's where the problem came. Just like in Tirupati, little bit he will shave and come to the side and take one more. And he will accumulate 24 people because there are 5-6 barbers. Each of them want to have 2 dozen people they have because they want more customers. Each customer gives them 100 rupees, 200 rupees, correct? Now, after he accumulates 2 dozen customers, some customers will look at the watch and start shouting, hey, why didn't you shave me? You shaved a little bit and left. Huh? Whoever shouts the most, he shaves first. It does like that. Here is the example of being too greedy for money. And that is one of the reasons why in quadrant 2 we are unable to make decisions. That means, sometimes, something good comes, in the front of your eyes and it spoils you focusing on the best, it is said. Because good, better, best, we say, no? So always there are sometimes 2-3 things we want to do more than what we can do. And that is why we are unable to decide on one goal. Therefore, quadrant 2 is very helpful for you to, decision making means choose one alternative and cut off all other alternatives and say no to them. That's it. No, these are very wonderful opportunity for me. I cannot go. One shouldn't. Like, for example, sometimes 3 programs come on the same day. Very good programs. Each of the program is a festival. They are celebrating some very big festival. Morning you can go, and afternoon you can go here, and evening you can go, and night you can go. There are 4 programs in the day. But then After the third program only you collapse. Because it was all very big programs and lot of energy expended. And then you wonder, why did I accept the fourth program? Because it would have been better to take rest early. So sometime in advance only you tell them, I can only do 3 programs, fourth program. So here is the example I'm telling you. Quadrant 2 gives you time to consider what is important for you. Like I have to sleep at 8:30 because after 12 my sleep is not very effective, 12:30. So now, some programs are very good programs, 200-300 people come. So recently they took me to one program like that. So I told them just 6:30 to 8 I am available. After 8 I have to leave. But what they did some Abhishek, they did some Bharatanatyam and all that. Then and then became almost 7:40. And they said, Prabhu, we are confident that once you see the crowd, you will get that, spirit to stay. Spirit to stay longer. you know, Once you start the lecture, Prabhuji, you will forget the watch. I said, no, no, no. So I spoke only till 8:15, 8:20, and they left and they reached at 9. I reached. But the point is what? If you don't set your priority and stick to them, tomorrow you will cut down on your health, which happened with many of the gurus and sannyasis also, because they have been stretched like anything. Then they suffer afterwards. So, therefore, those who are their personal servants and others, they have to be very alert and attentive. Otherwise, they can get overstretched. Because how many of you sometimes had a difficulty in deciding because too many things appeared good for you? Correct, na? Is it? This is also good. That's also good. Like in one center, they did 4 Sankalp camps. They did. And Brahmachari gave me a report. Prabhu, we did 4 Sankalp and we got 80 boys now, who can go for Surti. Later on, that leader came and said, Prabhuji, 80 boys are there in the list, but all the mentors are flat now. And they have collapsed. Now they are saying they cannot go for calling boys for Surti. Because they don't themselves know no Surti. They have no Surti. No reading, no chanting, no sleeping. Because they are stretched. So they have collapsed. Then how will they get the boys are 80 now, but there's no one to go and call them for the Spurti. So Spurti only 20 boys are coming. Correct now? So that's why we should not be penny wise, pounds foolish. You understand now? Instead, if they had done only 3 sankalp or 2 sankalps, then they would have got 40, 45 boys for the Spurti. How many of you understand this example? It's clear? Yeah. So that's why Arjun, the quadrant 1 and 2 are the most important one. The quadrant 3, not everybody has that luxury. Urgent, but not important, and can delegate. Like, for example, I found some very good, some notes material or something like that in the internet in a Devotees. It's called Devotees I found. So I just clicked one folder. Oh, it had about 30, 40 very good transcript kind of thing. But each of them is separately titled. So downloading them takes time. So I would just copy the link and send it to one devotee and tell him, can you please give me PDFs of this, 50 files. And they will have some boy whom they'll get it done. Imagine if I were to do it, I will lose 45 minutes. Correct, no? So that can be delegated. Yeah. That can be delegated. So you have to find out what all you can delegate. And to whom can you delegate? Who is good in what? No? Like, for example, I have my personal experience. Sometimes I would design a poster. Say, I'm not good in Photoshop. I design a poster in PPT, Just take a pen. That too, I don't know Canva also how to use in those days. So we make a simple PPT and all the letters are jumping from here, there. Pictures are jumping, letters are jumping. Alas, for 4 hours I did a poster. And when I gave the poster, somebody said, Prabhuji, all are jumping in all directions. Instead, what is my intelligent thing to do? I just give a title to the poster and some subtitles or something and give it to one boy who knows Canva or something. Prabhuji, can you please make a poster? They are so ecstatic to do. Some people are in their elements when you give them some such work, isn't it? And he will do it and send a poster to me and everything he will put so beautiful. Correct, no? So we should know what to delegate to others. When by doing that, sometimes by delegating, you save your energy also. Like in my program, sometimes I see a very good singer with harmonium, good mridanga player. They are actually kirtaniyars. Those who play very nicely. In America, when I go, I just mm, I just tell them that, hey, you are a Kirtan team you have. You guys do the last Kirtan. Do it. They are ecstatic. So they are also ecstatic, and my some amount of energy is also saved because already it was exertion, long talking, class, and everything. So one should know when to delegate, when not to delegate. Like Ramakrishna Maharaj had organized one Vyas Puja festival for Prabhupada. So when Prabhupada was sitting on the Vyasasana, one young devotee came and started the puja. Prabhupada stopped him and said, "Where is Tamal?" He asked. Ramakrishna Maharaj came. Prabhupada asked, senior most disciples should do. He said, you cannot send some chota mota very young devotee for this. And Tamaksha Maharaj had dropped his other services and came and did for Prabhupada. He did. So, which means you cannot delegate everything. Like Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is doing Gundicha Mandir Marjan. When it comes to the Sanctum Sanctorum, where Jagannath is going to sit, whom did he ask to clean it? Anybody knows? He gave it to one very special person who could clean that. Sanctum Sanctorum, where Jagannath Subhadra will sit in Gundicha Mandir. Anybody knows? Whom did Mahaprabhu delegate that work to for cleaning? A whole temple is cleansed by many Vaishnavas, correct, no? Anybody in the online knows? Whom did Mahaprabhu delegate that work to do? Yeah. Yeah, who said that? Ah, that's Hari Bol, Hari Bol. He didn't delegate to anybody. He only did it. He himself did it. You will see in the picture also. He's sitting on the top of the Sanctum Sanctorum is cleansing that because it's a very important place. That means certain things shouldn't be delegated. Mm. Like for example, I am finding some work very difficult. I find out a junior and say, Prabhuji, I'm delegating it to you. It's like, taking a big nariyal and keeping on the head of a sparrow. Sparrow will become chutney, isn't it? If you cannot do it, how can that fellow do it? You are yourself finding it difficult. So you shouldn't delegate work which you cannot do, correct, no? That is why the third quadrant, you have to be very careful when to delegate, how much to delegate, what to delegate, when not to delegate. I have experience. Sometimes I delegate somebody and that fellow never did for 6 months. Then I took it back. Then finally who has to do it? I won't able to do it again. Correct, no? Therefore, you should delegate to the right person also. One who will make it happen. The fourth one is not urgent. Hmm. Simply useless. Waste of time. Like for example, somebody comes to talk to me. They said, Pooja, I need just your 10 minutes. I want to share something about my life and take guidance. In those years, not now, 10, 15 years ago. So he came to my office and my Lord, he took 2.5 hours. So much time it took. I was totally drained out after hearing. Because for telling his problems, he had to connect it to many, many stories in his life. This happened, that happened. I came to this city, I went to that city, he was there, she was there. This happened, that happened. Look at the clock, 2.5 hours. Because I'm trying to give him solution, but he poses more problems. And more solution, more problems. Then after 2.5 hours, I said, oh, Prabhu, it's a very long story. And then I said, I can, uh, you know, I can inform all these things to one particular devotee in that city who can help you. Then I told him, but why don't you put this all in writing? Maybe even in 4 or 5 pages. It'd be nice. Then the devotee can understand. Then he wrote. Later on, I thought, anyway, if he's going to write, why should I waste my 2.5 hours time with him? Correct, no? Because when people write, they organize their thoughts and write. It's always good to ask them to write a letter and then talk to them. So it was a wasteful time. Because nowadays, anybody comes to me, makes phone call, Radheshyam, I'm coming to Pune. I want to meet you. What's the matter? So your association, they will say. Okay. So, mm. And what association? They will come to my room and ask, how to start youth preaching? They will ask me. They have not yet started in their city. In that temple, their desire is to start youth preaching and bring devotees and increase the number of boys, increase the number of brahmacharis, increase their community. So I used to tell everything for 1 or 2 or 3 hours sometimes in those days. Now I don't do that. I know what they will ask. So anybody says, I want your association, I'll say, first you tell me exactly what you want to talk to me when you come to meet me. Now I have dozens of people now. Anybody asks any question, immediately I will connect them to one devotee. If you go to that devotee will give you information about this. Hmm. One couple said, Prabhu, we want to come and meet you. That's a very, very important, serious matter. What is the matter? When we come and meet you, we'll tell you. And when they came, they told they have a daughter who is crossing 25, years of age and not getting proper match. What all they tried here, there, everything. Oh, they took an hour. So instead, what I say nowadays, if they say, what is the serious matter of daughter's marriage? Oh, immediately, send me one mail. I connect him to a dozen people who all have marriage bureau names. Correct, no? And then now what I was spending time 1 hour, now I am spending only 5 minutes. See, now I am able to delete those problems. And they are also happy, I am happy because now they got a dozen people to consult with for getting a match for their daughter. Otherwise, imagine they come and reveal it to me for 1 hour and then I take it like as if I am the father. You know, I have to call up so many people, correct, no? Yeah. See, I have committed this mistake in the past and I learned a lesson. Now I know what to delete now, what to eliminate. But it took me many years to learn. That's why I'm telling you, sometimes when you hear from somebody who already committed mistakes and learned, it will be helpful for you. So you don't have to repeat the same thing, correct? No? All of you, anybody can give me examples of what activity you have been doing and now you are eliminating it, knowing well that it is waste of time. You are not doing it. Anybody has example of that? Yes. Give the mic to. Yeah.
Well, sometimes just to maintain relationships, sometimes I used to answer phone calls from my friends. And okay, initially it's fine just to maintain relationship. We say some hi, hello, how are things going? How is your
Correct.
family? How is work? And then they start talking. This guy is now in a relationship. He is getting married.
Yeah.
This is happening in sports. This is happening in news. What is this person doing? He is not ruling well, or whatever, or so on and so forth. Now I just stop answering the calls. Is it anything urgent? I put one message in WhatsApp. They say, yeah, I just wanted to invite you for my marriage. Oh, okay, I should have picked up. Then I speak and then do something like that. So what used to take hours, unnecessary, chat, gossip or pajulpa with friends.
And also, we also sometimes don't want to be bad guy. So we try to tolerate them. But then in that tolerating, a lot of time gets wasted.
Too much.
To be good to karmis is very, very difficult. Because they have so much stuff to dump on us.
Yeah.
And they have a lot of problems also. See, if you tell them to chant Hare Krishna, they won't chant. Correct? But they want you to be a dumping ground. Isn't it? So then you have to draw a line. Beyond this, enough. That means even if they are not happy also, we can't do anything. That's a good point. Yeah, thank you. Anybody else has example? Mandar Prabhu?
I remember especially in book distribution. So whenever I used to do book distribution, that time I used to, if somebody come and I give him book, then he'll ask question, he'll argue, and I was like debating with him for 10 minutes, 20 minutes, 30 minutes. It was a debate is going on. And at last he not took the book. He was not convinced. So later
But
on
our time got wasted. Otherwise, we would have distributed to so many others.
Yeah. So later on, I started at, okay, I used to ask him, you want book? Then he says, I don't want, I have this question. I said, okay, come to our center. We have program tomorrow. You can come there. We'll answer all your question.
Correct.
Or if you have anything else, I am giving your number. Message me tomorrow. I'll call you here.
Correct.
Like
and then you go ahead with those who are interested.
Yes.
Exactly. Haribol. Brilliant. So in this way, this is a very nice example it is. Huh? Very good. Yes, Krishna Pramataji, go ahead.
Something that game work. We'll always keep on and every time. And if from my group,
Yeah.
what happened that whole can go.
It went up here. Light went up. Okay.
More time to teach.
Uh-huh. I'm not able to PQRS I heard, but what did you say before that?
Many of people have no control of. They come and put all their
Mm-hmm. So it's cut in the head. Yes, huh? Actually, I'm not able to hear fully because I'm getting part information. Yeah, I'm getting part information. I heard that PQRS was clear, but what did you say before that?
devotional complaint box.
Complaint box, huh? Okay.
So that is why I started speaking on it.
Okay.
And whoever finds that he said, okay, then sometimes when 2, 3 buttons that
Oh, that means you categorize the complaints which you receive.
yes,
Okay, into PQRS. P is the best one and S is the worst one, huh?
yes, yes.
Now I understood. Yeah. Correct. So some of the complaints are meaningless and baseless and they're just bluffing. You just ignore them. And the good one, you handle it. Correct, no?
Yes. But I don't say for the past. I keep on very good to
Correct.
and over the get feedback in 2000.
Correct. That's a good point. That's a good point. That means sometimes we waste so much time handling the feedbacks of people who repeatedly give feedbacks and also unreasonable feedbacks they give. Very good. That's very good. Thank you. And Sanskriti Shivastava Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, am I audible?
You're audible. Yeah, audible. Go ahead.
Yes, okay. So when I was in UG,
Mm.
my voice is equally.
Your voice is clear. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah.
So in this database.com, what all you have put apart from Kanti? Vedabase, huh? Oh. Vedabase, vedabase.com. Very good. That's the ocean of information. Correct, yeah. So they can go to Vedabase and just put the word Kanti and they can get information. Very good. So that's a smart way of saying a sweet no. Huh? Yeah, that's very good. So, like she was telling now, we need to know in which occasions we should escape from people who are time wasters. Correct, no? Then we can eliminate this fourth quadrant, knowing well, lot of our energy and time can be saved. Huh? Time, energy, money can be saved if we can learn to smartly deal with these people. So these are the little difficult people because sometimes you have to tell them that yes, you have understood their need and very politely and nicely you have to escape from them. Otherwise, they will. So, like she was telling, we all go through the experiences and then each and every one of you can write down in your own way, how you found something is causing a waste of time and you can escape. So, the fourth quadrant should be eliminated. Third quadrant is to be delegated. First quadrant means do. Second quadrant means plan. Okay. Thank you. This is the first question. All of you consider it. Have you defined your priorities? We have directly gone to the third generation of time management. The first generation of time management says that make a to-do list. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and just execute. That's all it says. They were doing. Eventually, many people found that although you write 10 things in a day, only 3 things happen. And then very important things get left out and some less important things happen. Then they came to second generation time management. In second generation time management, they said whichever is write the 10 items and put a circle on the left side and then write down the priority. Seventh item may be most important, put 1 there. Second item may be least important, put 8 there, like that. Prioritization. You can do like that. So, and that's not second generation, that is third generation. Second generation is, okay, today something is not happening, you make a calendar for the whole week. Today, some of the things happen, 3 things happen, 5 things, you push it to tomorrow or day after, but put it in the calendar so that it will get executed. That is second. So, first one is just to do list writing and executing, first generation. Second generation means calendar and time scheduling. That is second generation. Third generation means prioritization. And fourth generation is a very, very smart level time management. What it says, my dear friend, the prioritization that you are making is based on your impure mindset. What you are thinking to be priority is actually not your priority. That is called as off center. You are eccentric. You are not centric. For example, a man may give first priority to money making, but he may not give importance to relationships at home. Just now his wife is newly married. She has come. She is having a problem with her mother-in-law. But if the husband comes home early, spends some time with wife, then the home, there are problems are minimized. Correct, no? But then if he is more interested in money making, he comes at 10 o'clock at night. Then the mother-in-law, daughter-in-law fight, and someday it ends in divorce. So my wife says that you are always giving time to your mother, not to me, things like that. So that means his priority, was it right or wrong? Wrong. One should know. Therefore, that's fourth quadrant says that money may not be always a higher priority than relationship. Very important point. But sometimes, money may not be a higher priority than your good health. Because sometimes if you work too hard, you may get a massive heart attack and things like that. So you should take care of your health, take care of your family, take care of your prayer to God every day. Take care of your, you know, you know, other things, important things. And then job also is important. So in this way, have you defined your priorities? You have to ask. So many a times we are not clear about our style of making priorities, whether it is proper or not. Therefore, we need guidance from Shastra. We say that, there are big rocks, there are smaller rocks, then there is murum. Murum, you know that? Murum means stone, small stone powder, not powder, granules. And then there is sand, and then there is water. If all this has to be put inside a pot, what is the first thing you will put? Biggest rocks you should put first, and then smaller rocks. Because while putting smaller rocks, if it is overflowing, you just do like this. You just shake it. When you shake the pot, what happens? The smaller rocks go and fit in the gaps. Correct, no? And then you put the murum, and then you put the sand, and then you put water. Everything will fit. But if you put smaller rocks first, and then murum and everything, then what happens when the big rock remains outside? Correct, no? I had this thing also, a picture also I can show you. See this one. You're seeing it? See, first is putting sand. Correct, no? And then you're putting the rock. Then you put big rock. See? Something has remained outside. Correct. So what is remaining outside is like japa. Correct. Japa and reading Prabhupada book, that is remaining outside. You see? Again I will show you. See here. First is putting sand, and then granules, and then this rock. Some things have remained. So imagine night 10 o'clock, you have 4 rounds to finish. Very painful thing. It's like this only. Now we are not able to fit in the big rocks. Let's fill in the same gradients in reverse order. Now you take it. First you put the big rocks, you see? No. Japa is over, reading is over today, and then other things. See? Yeah. Yes. And then you put water. Finished. Now everything is done. Correct, no? That means effective time management lies in identifying big rocks. That's what we should know. So this is the fourth generation of time management. The first generation means just make simple notes and checklists. That's the first generation. Just to-do list you make, that's all. Second generation, planning, preparation, scheduling for the week or for the month and everything, identifying deadlines and commitments and all that. Second generation. And third generation, clarifying your values and priorities. Priorities are activities on a daily basis, weekly basis, like that. You have organizers like electronic and paper-based and everything. You do that. That is third is clarifying priorities. And then he says, what is the problem? He says, the efficiency focus creates expectations that clash with the opportunities to develop rich relationships, meet human needs. Somebody is not doing yoga and exercise, body is becoming obese. Or somebody is not giving attention to relationships in the office and home, getting irritated. Although he is working hard and making money, he is becoming workaholic. Like that. Although, as per the plan, whatever you made in the chart, everything is happening. So the planners make people feel too scheduled, too restricted, and turns off people, reverting to first or second generation techniques to preserve relationships, spontaneity, and quality of life. Again, we fall back to first or second, which means, okay, whatever I can do, I will do. I need time for other things. So you're not able to stick to the third one, although you make prioritization and all those things. So therefore, then the fourth generation came, time management. As we move from urgency to importance, out of the which one is important? Urgent or important? Important is important. Correct. So we encounter the fundamental question, what are the first things and how do we put them first in our lives? Fourth in time management means that can change the way we have been thinking. It says, it is not to manage our time, Prabhu, but to manage ourselves. Because our satisfaction is a function of our expectation and realization. Expectation and satisfaction lie in our circle of influence. That means, yes, you can get satisfaction provided you reduce your unwanted, unrealistic expectations. One example I will tell you. Say you are worried that your uncle says that you have not been able to do this. Or your friends are saying that you couldn't do that. Many times you want to be validated by your social circle. And that's a very painful process. Because to get validation by them, you have to slog hard like anything, many times. Or you want to impress somebody. So that is how, then when your expectations are unrealistic, then you don't get satisfaction. That's what he's saying. Rather than focusing on things to do and the time we have, fourth generation expectations focus on preserving and enhancing relationships and on accomplishing results. In short, maintaining product and product capability balance. Okay, I'll tell you what it is. You see, a farmer had a goose. The goose was laying golden eggs. So the farmer was feeding the goose. One day the farmer thought, why to feed the front portion? Actual golden egg is coming from back portion. So he cut the goose into half and took only the back part and kept with him. Will he get the golden eggs? No. And also, another farmer had a similar goose, but he was catching the goose and so affectionately was feeding the goose more and more food. But all the golden eggs were dropping from behind on the ground. He never bothered to pick them up. He was more interested in feeding them like this. Is he intelligent? No. So who is intelligent? Who makes sure that feeding also happens and taking the eggs also happens. Both, correct? No? Now, who is the goose? Say, all these devotees, we are all goose. And now Taran Mohan Prabhu is like the farmer now. So here, in the center, I'm saying. So what is the food that is feeding? It's giving nice prasad, nice accommodation here, nice training program, nice morning program, taking care of health of the devotees and needs of the devotees, good facility, bigger flat and everything. So all the facilities, amenities, food, clothing, shelter, and care, love, attention, all at the level of physical body as well as the mind also, correct? No? Intelligence. Good training, spiritual training given, then intelligence is satisfied. Nice Shastri classes and everything. And if emotionally caring, like an elder brother, then mind is satisfied. And nice prasad, food, clothing, shelter, nice accommodation. And too many boys are not packed in one small center. Then body is also satisfied. Correct, no? So body, mind, intelligence, when all of them are satisfied, that means the goose is taken good care. Correct, no? And what is the golden egg is laying is the missionary activities like book distribution, preaching, bringing new people to the center and growing the center, expanding the movement. Correct, no? Doing Harinam Sankirtan. That means reaching out to the world and benefiting the world by missionary activities. That is the golden egg. Huh? So out of that, which is important? Is the golden egg important or the feeding the goose important? Both are important. Correct now. Hey, somebody saying feeding the goose. Hey, who is that? Thank you. It's not that you have to only feed the goose. Huh? If you only feed the goose and don't take the golden egg, that means this question was asked by Paramahansa Radhanath Maharaj once. He asked, what is important? People are important, projects are important. He asked. Many people said, Maharaj loves people very much, devotees. He said, people are important. Maharaj said, no, people and projects are important. He said, yeah, you should take care of the people and they should dedicate their life for the projects. Then it is successful. Like that he was said. So, yeah. Yeah. One should have a balance of these two things, right? Like physical assets, financial assets. How do we use these things? Our physical assets, financial assets, correct? And human assets. How do we use? It's up to us. Huh? How do we handle them? Are you rough handle them? Or you properly handle them? So what is one activity that you know, if you did superbly well and consistently if you have done, it will lead to significant positive results in your personal life or your work life. That one should think, because you are trying to find out the priority. So in this way, one should see these are all quadrant 2 activities. Please read it, one of you who has the mic with you. Quadrant 2 activities.
A few common answers given by thousands of successful people are 1. Taking better care of self. 2. Improving communication with people. 3. Delegation and empowerment. 4. Better planning and organizing. 5. Seizing new opportunities. 6. Preventive maintenance.
You see? Actually, if you are a very good planner in advance, you can seize multiple opportunities which are all around you. Many times. Because if you are not planned well in time, what has become new opportunities, you are not even utilizing existing opportunities. You are falling short of time. Seizing new opportunities means you are such a smart leader that already you have engaged many people and delegated the work and they are all doing many things and you can always stick your neck out of the window for new opportunities and you're creating a future for seizing new opportunities. Similarly, preventive maintenance means if you do preventive maintenance, you can avoid breakdown maintenance. You know the saying, a stitch in time saves 9. One devotee had a little torn here. One hole was there. A little bit was torn here. So one devotee told him, Prabhuji, your kurta is little torn. Why don't you stitch it? He said, no, Prabhuji. It's not very much torn. Little bit only. It'll be all right. One of the days they were dancing in Kirtan. Some devotee pulled him in the center, jumping up and down. The whole thing got torn from the top to the bottom. That's why it is said, stitch in time. So in this way, one should do preventive maintenance. I told you, gas cylinder. 3 days are there to bring it. If you don't bring it now, preventive maintenance will become breakdown maintenance. Then one day subject will be half cooked and then the cylinder is over. Everybody will be running around. How to get cylinder now, isn't it? And the shop is also not open in the morning. So that will become breakdown maintenance. So always do preventive maintenance, seize new opportunities, and then better planning and organizing. Delegate as much as you can and empower people. Younger ones, you empower them and delegate some seva to them. Improve communication with people. Yeah. And take better care of the self, which means keep a healthy body, healthy mind. Because if you are very cheerful, healthy in body and mind, your high spirits and attitudes itself gets a lot of work done. If you are low in spirits, you affect other people negatively. So keep good care. And good care of self means rising in the morning, chanting nicely, doing good morning program, reading proper books, and keeping yourself very like a Cerelac baby. Keep yourself spiritually very healthy. Then you can positively influence the world around you. So these are all quadrant 2 activities. Yeah. Actually, quadrant 1 should be a bit reduced and quadrant 2 should be expanded more, like I told you. Because everything, vision, balance, discipline, control, and a very little crisis. You will have not much crisis in your life. Because your clear vision of the goal you want to achieve in life, and you are always balanced. You don't go to the extremes, and you are able to discipline yourself. Yeah. Okay. The first question I asked, have you defined your priorities? Second is, have you organized your life based on those priorities? That's the second. Third thing. See, what is the first one? You just have to be able to identify which are important things in your life, correct? No? Second one is, after writing down, how many of you who have identified what is important, but you are unable to accomplish them? Correct? No? Yeah, that means you are stuck in the second step. Correct? No? You are not able to organize your life in such a way that those important things are not able to properly happen. Correct? No? Okay, some people are able to make it happen, but not consistently. It happens for 2, 3, 4, 5 days, but afterwards we fall back again. How many of you have that experience? Yeah. So that is the third one. Do you have the discipline in sticking to those priorities? Very simple example I'll give you. Like, sleeping early at night. Hmm? See, there is one devotee in our Pune temple who is a very organized fellow. I'll just show you. Now, if you see, you will get an idea. This is daily schedule. I'll just show you. How to You're able to see? See this fellow, what time he gets up? Is that he gets up. And then what he does? He get ready with proper lecture hearing. So he takes bath along with it he hears proper lecture. Okay. And then 4 to 4:15, writing offering to spiritual master, expressing gratitude and everything. And 4:15, 4:30, what he does? Reading or chanting he does. Reading on chanting. That means about the holy name he is reading some books. Hmm? And then full morning program attends 4:30, 8:30. And 8:30, what he does? Read Lilamrit to the devotees when they are honoring Prasad. That means he is also getting to read Lilamrit daily. And then 9 to 9:30, he does extra rounds, chanting. And then 9:30, 10, honor Prasadam while sharing Krishna Katha with the friends. So he and there are 2, 3 friends, they sit together. So they sit in a circle and they discuss Krishna Katha and while honoring Prasad. 10 to 2, he does preaching services, internal services in the temple. And then 2 to 2:30, bathing and cloth washing with Guru Maharaj lecture hearing. See there. And then 2:30 to 4, personal reading and hearing. How much time? 1.5 hours. 4 to 4:30, honor Prasad. 4:30 to 7:30, book distribution, he goes out. Or going for preaching program. Daily he goes out. And then 7:30, preaching services or counseling he does. 9:30, 9:30 he takes rest. So, see, this was his schedule. Oh, sorry. This was this is also Friday to Monday afternoon he does this. Friday to Monday afternoon like this. Which means, yeah. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. This he follows this kind of schedule. So one of the things I liked in his schedule is whichever time is a flimsy time where we are likely to lose. He like every day he reads half an hour Prabhupada Leela. Regularly. Now he has finished how many books I'll show you. See, books and lectures completed. See, these books he has finished, Prabhupada Leela books. See, these books, all these books he has finished. See, all Prabhupada books once, Bhagavad Gita 3 times, Papa Lilamrita, Appreciation, Surrender, Servant, all. One by one, he's covering all these books. See, all these books he has finished. 28 books he has finished now. And then here you see lectures complete till date. All voice syllabus lectures. Sri Prabhupada Isha Upanishad lectures, Nenodi lectures, Bhagavad Gita chapter 1, 2, and Gopaksh Maharaj 82 to 89. Bhagavad Gita chapter 3 to 5 lectures, all that. And then like this, yes. So he actually takes what lecture has to be heard and then very nicely does it. Like this, he writes also, earlier, like this he was chanting, hearing, chanting, health. So he's one of my counselors, Kunjaberi temple. Very good soul. So his daily schedule I really appreciate. It doesn't waste a minute. Very well organized. Therefore, first you have to define your priorities, then organize your life based on the priority. What is organizing life based on priority? That means you have to delete certain activities. As I told you, you have to delegate some activities. Delete some activity, which quadrant? Fourth. And delegate some activities, which quadrant? So if you delete some time is saved. Right? If you delegate some activities, some more time is saved also. Correct, no? And then you plan for some activities to do. Instead of doing now, you can postpone. You can do it little later, which are considered less priority, which are not a top priority. And then focus on activities which you think are top priority. This is how, by knowing this quadrant, 4 quadrants, you can smartly organize your life based on those priorities. See, one thing I'll tell you, there is a svabhava which is pushing us in one direction, correct, no? But what you're trying to do now is trying to come to sattva and modify your priorities. And it may not be very natural for you at the moment. But if you know the priorities and organize your life around the priorities, you are likely to get better. Then you have to go for the disciplined. See, these are 3 things. Knowing the priority is what? Know the right. And then organizing your life according to the priorities is do the right. And then third one is discipline the right. You all will repeat it. Know the right, do the right, discipline the right. So know the right, how do you know? By 2 things. By reading the Shastra and hearing the lectures. From that you come to know what is right. What is the right way of living. Correct, no? What is the wrong way of living. And how do you do the right? What do you need? To know the right means, do the right. Know the right means you know what is right, wrong based on Viveka Buddhi. Comes from studying Shastra and hearing lectures. You get the Viveka Buddhi to know what is right, what is wrong. But after knowing what is right, second one is to pick the right and drop the wrong. Right, no? What does that require? No, intelligence means to know what is right, what is wrong. Determination. Who said that? Determination. Give a nice Haribol. So to do the right thing, you get that from chanting the holy name. Chanting the holy name actually destroys material desires and gives determination. Like Dhruva Maharaj chanted Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So he purified his mind and heart and he developed the determination. So you get the determination to do the right. Second one. So know the right is done by Shastric study. Do the right is done by chanting very attentively, very nicely. And discipline the right. Which means not only you do the right once or twice, you keep doing it consistently for long period of time, years together. That is discipline the right. How does that come about? Who can say? What is required for disciplining something right? Association. Haribol. Association of devotees. Only when you have, you see, association devotee is not a general thing. Some devotee is very good at it and you are very bad at it. Ami pado to ki, tumi pado suki. It's like, so that devotee you have to associate with. Somebody sleeps on time and wakes up on time, years together. So you can take that good quality from that devotee. Another devotee is very good in shloka memorization. Another devotee is very good in Vaishnava dealings. Another devotee is very good in humility. So each devotee possesses some special thing. And if you are weak in that, so you can go to that devotee and associate and draw that quality from them. Then you can get the discipline. Correct, no? So know the right, do the right, discipline the right. This is how you can bring about change in your life. So this I will do next time when you come. Need for transformation of habits, behavior, thinking, and attitude before time management, because otherwise time management will be only theoretical. Because many times, many time and seminars are going on everywhere, correct, no? So I have also experienced, you attend a time and seminar and life doesn't change at all. We are therefore going to the root. Isn't we are going to the root problems we are going. So this time and seminar, I looked at the SLATE syllabus. It says it's a 2 seminar, it says. You see here? 2 sessions. So 1 2 hour session we finished today. So in the next 2 session, we will, sorry, where is the time management? Yeah, 2 sessions, the second one. Time management prioritization. So let us do, in one more sitting, we will do it. So Advaita Gopal Prabhu, when I am in America, see, I can do it in the morning and it will come in the evening for all of you. For example, you see Boston and India, the difference is like 2.5 hours difference. So if I'm doing it, for example, if like right now I'm doing in the evening 5:30, 6:30 to 6:30 means there it is 8, I think now. Yeah, till March, the what do you call it? The light savings is there. So that means if I am doing it at 8 o'clock there, it will be 6:30 for all of you here. So morning if I do between, or I can do little, because I can do late also actually. Because if you all want in the evening between 7 to 9, then I can do there, I think 7 o'clock if I have to start, it will be like 8:30 and 9 I will start there. And it can go, I have, yeah, yeah. So if you, so what is the timing coming in Boston? 8:30, yeah? Is 6:30, 8:30 good for all of you, or 7:30, 9:30 good for you? Or 7 to 9 is good for you? That is true, yeah. That is true, yeah. Let us stick to the good habit. So that means for me in Boston, it will be 8 o'clock, huh? Morning 8 o'clock for me. Okay. So let me look at my calendar. I can fix it. See, in the first week of January, I am in Boston. You prefer which day you prefer? I mean, you prefer Saturday, same Saturday? Just one minute. This is January, that means 5th January, Sunday. Correct, no? Only there is a likelihood of one problem for me there on Sunday, because Sunday they will tell me that you have to speak a Bhagavatam class there, 8 o'clock. That will clash with this timing for me. You see, I am looking at my calendar now here. Either on 4th or 5th, if you say, that should be all right. 4th or 5th, actually, 8 o'clock is a little challenge for me. 5th is a challenge. Saturday also, the weekend, I may be packed with, what do you call it, this youth retreats and all that. But the weekdays are not good for all of you. Actually, weekdays, I think 7 to 9 would be good, I think. 7 to 9 instead of 6:30. Correct? Correct, no? See, 7 to 9, if you keep it for me, it will be 8:30 to 10:30 for me. Yeah, that would 7 to 9. So then can we fix this thing 6th or 7th January? 6th is Monday or 7th is Tuesday. Tuesday is all right? Uh, yes. And then you inform me. Then we will complete this time management in January. Okay? 2 hours. Yes. Actually, if you keep it on 7, it is good. On 7, 7 p.m. They'll remember very easily. January 7, 7 p.m. He'll come. Then you can send the information. Okay? So the second part will be very good because now you have got the basics now. Second part will go a little more deeply. You'll really able to catch the neck of the problem where your time is getting lost. You will become very, very clear. Huh? Thank you all very much. Shri Prabhupada ki. And if you had any questions, Aditya Prabhu, I didn't give any time, already 2 hours up now. But they can write questions in that you have one WhatsApp group, no? Yeah. Okay. So if they ask the questions, then I will respond. Either in the WhatsApp group I will respond, or I can answer them next time. But they can put the questions. So today they have heard the talk. If any questions are fresh in their mind, they can write down, I think. Huh? Thank you. Thank you very much. Haribo. Jai Shri Prabhupada ki.